If you saw the video with my grandson in there, you can see that I got them moved down here. I still have not finished that, and I'm debating if I'm going to finish that. I may take that. I made a mistake. This is attached to that, and to spare myself the materials, because that's 4 panels I didn't have to make for this, even though I do have more panels. It's not hard to make, but I don't want it attached. I want it freestanding. It took a little bit of finagling so that this roof can attach over here. I'm also rethinking the whole roof design and not doing this, just keeping it to these panels and a tarp or something, depending on how the tarp is needed. I added the lattice because I did put this up there because during the afternoons, and like right now, you can see by the light, they would be in sun. They wouldn't have any shade on this side. These chickens wouldn't have any shade unless they came into the nesting box or storage box too. Need to get another one of these buckets and just put 3 buckets in here for them to lay eggs into, hopefully. And that's feed in there. I probably don't need to lock it. This is pretty heavy, but don't want to chance something being able to lift up and get in there. But having the lattice gives them a lot more shade, makes it a little bit cooler. But they were really, it was getting hot, and it's only going to get hotter. That was just doing 80-degree days, and it was too hot. So got this at the auction. Not pretty, but it will do the job of giving them shade in the afternoons. But I want to detach and set this up as a brooder nursery. So when a hen gets broody, I want to be able to just move the bucket into one of these, and they'll be divided and just big enough for the buckets to be in, so that I could just move the mom without really disrupting her too much. So the dog house is in use again, but they still, they've got shelter. I don't like how I did the gate. Because I have it attached, I couldn't do another gate here. I couldn't do a swing out or swing fold down gate. This doesn't fit quite right because it's not properly spaced. I think I'm going to use some 2x2s that will space things on the ground level so that it is more cubic. So I need to detach this and move it. So it's like working out all the kinks. And then when I work, these are actual 2-foot wide panels. The wood here is exactly 2 feet. And the rolls of hardware cloth is 2 feet. And trying to get them right, one side gets short, the other side's too much. I think for the next ones, I'm going to go ahead and cut 1 inch off, which means more this with my hands, and that really has been difficult for me. But I think in the long run, I'm going to be happier with the way that looks, so that then they just have that bit of overlap. And I'm going to use some clamps to put them in position and hold them in position while I staple gun them in place. They do, the Silkies don't use the roost, but the other breeds do, so I put that in there. And it would have been a lot easier if I'd done it like that side and just been able to lay one inside, because it's the 4-foot long one would fit perfectly, where this one's a little short. And it's okay for these chicks for now, but when they get bigger and heavier, that's probably not going to support them if they're all 6 of the white ones are up there. So look at the little one. Pretty soon it should be outgrowing the Rhode Island Reds and Americanas. And she had a fit. I moved 2. I moved one of the Rhode Island Reds and one of the white ones. They're not yellow anymore. And I got them and I moved them down here. And then when I came up, I got another white one. And I got one of the Americanas, and she jumped at me. She tried to get that Americana chick back. She was having a fit. So then I moved her. On the 3rd trip, I moved her down here. And then I was able to get the rest of them. There's 11 chicks, so I already moved 4, so 7 of them. I was able to get them all into the container with one little, just scooping them in the corner and putting the lid on it and carried them all down here. And I did that during the day. I didn't want to wait till the night. Had to do something that night, so they've only been down here a couple of days now, so that's a lot more room. They're not on mud. I got them the water, just broke down, and it was only $7, so I thought, okay, just get them that water and not deal with the other stuff. Chicks are not the brightest. You still have to, even at this stage, worry about them doing stupid things. So I wouldn't trust putting a whole bucket in here, although I doubt at this point that they, except for maybe the smaller, the Americanas, and that small chick may still have a risk of getting trampled into something. So this is safer. They're not going to drown themselves or one of their fellow chicks. They're feathering out nicely. I also like the lattice that I can kind of still see through it. If I was sitting on this other side, I can still see what's going on. Where with the tarp, and the tarp blowing, trying to keep it from blowing and making noises was not too easy, and it got blown down. I just had some plants sitting on the top, on the roof, holding the top part of it down, and the wind blew it off, and we're supposed to get a windstorm this weekend. So I think this will hold up better in the long run. I think I covered it all. Oh, they're following me thinking I'm gonna get them treats, but that's not the case. So I started salvaging this wooden coop. I'd forgotten I'd used 2x3s mainly, and then the fencing boards. So I was wanting to get it to go all the way to the floor, remove this flooring and put it down and make a ramp up to that area and just close up the other sides, but I decided to go ahead and dismantle it. And I may use this frame and roofing for the grill. We'll see. Oh, listen to that. Y'all just fussing. I had to cage this. It's a fig, but they ate off of it. It was leafing out. I don't know if they killed it. Hopefully they didn't. It's almost time to put them up. Let's see, head count, 5, 10. Okay, we're missing one. Yeah, we're missing one. Who's missing? You're a loud one. Who's missing? Oh, there she is. They like that. Whoops. Back away from the door. Whoops. Gotta clean this up again. Come on, get in there, girl. Come on. And per a suggestion on YouTube, that holds the door open, and it also is an extra security for keeping it closed. I don't think they can bump that out, but in case something did or is able to, they have to do both. And I had to get some more of those seeds. I got those from Costco. They have a mixed seed thing. I broke one, but 13 of the 14 hens laid. And then, of course, 3 silky eggs. Oh, the drama. The pecking order. See, she pecked somebody, and then somebody pecked her, and every day I got to check on the water. And they're filling their crawls. Wonder what that's about. Had something of a rough day, and just watching them, I can feel like my blood pressure is going down. Except for the drama. What's going on with you girls? I think with the warm weather, things change. Attitude, spring fever, whatever you want to call it. It happens. Not just to animals and plants, but to humans. Thanks for joining me. Be a blessing and be blessed.